Welcome to the Peaceful Warrior Podcast. Hello, world. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Rhea, and today's MOMspace episode is just one of many in the series. They're all very special and important to me, and maybe to you too. But to all the moms that I'm welcoming back this season, thank you for being an important reflector in this reboot season of the MOMspace interviews. Now listen, just the same as the MOMspace series in general, this season is just as easy, straightforward, and possibly one of the best 20 minutes you'll uncover today. The MOMspace interviews are all about, well, I would say moms, but we're only moms because our babies, grown or not, have made us so. And the adventure of sharing life is never an escape, even if sometimes it can feel as though we've entered uncharted territory through our experiences, even when we've absolutely landed already a time or two before. In the MOMspace series, I spend about 20 minutes interviewing a mom so you can be the beautiful flower on the wall, soaking all the sunlight and water we bring to this recording today. It is my intention you will find solace, inspiration, and gratitude in less than 30 minutes. In today's episode 2 of this newest season for the series, I'm joined by mommy of 3, Dorothy's grandbaby, my family, Chassie Jacobs. Now, if you know Chas, then you know, well, I'll let Chas tell it. Let's lock in. It's a good one. Enjoy.
So she is so sassy, so fly, and an amazing mom of 3. I want to welcome back to the Peaceful Warrior podcast, Chassie Jones. I wanted to say Jacob so bad, but
So
that
bad.
Jones was just on the tongue. It's a family vibe. It's a
Hey,
family
it's a
thing.
vibe.
I
It's
was
a
like,
thing. We are
you
Jones
know,
forever.
yes.
Like Millica said, I think I'm gonna steal her words. We are Jones strong for
Jones
life.
Strong. I love that. I
Me
love
too.
that you have that origin of self, first of all, because you've
Absolutely.
always had it. I want to start there actually, since I just brought that up. Where do you feel like you have gotten your strongest sense of self from? Just being so strong in who you are and not being necessarily swayed so easily, maybe reflective on feedback, but definitely just a strong sense of self. Let's open it there.
Wow, what an amazing question. But I would definitely like when you were saying it, I was trying to give other people a chance, but it just kept coming through and through. The Dorothy Mae Jones, my Mimi,
Oh,
she's
yes.
known to us as our Mimi, even though she has transitioned
Yes.
into heaven. Her words still weigh and ring so heavy
Mhm.
in my ears. Like watching that woman, like as I was growing up, and we had to spend a lot of time because that was back in the days, where the parents, they were working and everything.
Working.
So you were with your grandparents, you know what I mean? On any downtime, free time, you were with your grandparents. And so, my Mimi, my grandmother, she was amazing. The way that woman was so strong-willed, like she was very strong-willed and very opinionated and I just would think about like where did all this fire come from? Like she was so sassy and so quick, like and sharp, like with the tongue. Like with all that being said, she was sweet too, but no, she wasn't even sweet because they say that nowadays. How do they say? I'm not nice, I'm kind.
Yes.
Yes. So I take that back. She wasn't
Okay.
just like sweet, like,
Yes.
but she definitely definitely was a jewel and a gem
Mm,
that taught me a lot about self-worth, loving yourself, taking care of yourself. Because, and this is coming from, she was a mother of five, and she was the only woman in her house
mm,
because she
mm,
had all boys
mm,
and a
mm.
husband. So she definitely really like deep wired, I would say, it deep
Mm.
in me.
Oh man. I just almost got chills because I didn't even consider our grandmother making it into this conversation, and the fact
I
that she
did.
is front and center without me even
What?
trying to or even thinking about it. I promise
Right.
you, these calls are for the most part unscripted, just, as
Yeah.
Heavenly would say, sometimes unhinged because I don't know what I'm going to say or where it's coming from. But the fact that she is so present at the beginning of this message. I love it. I value it. And thank you for being true to that thought when it came to you. And
Right?
now that we have given her our flowers, I want to take
Right.
a moment to just step back a little bit because, sometimes I have a tendency of doing that because I want these conversations to be so relatable and, again, just unscripted, just us having a conversation as mom. I want for you to remind everyone of your children, their ages, and I guess maybe how that's felt since our last interview. It's funny how time, I don't want to say it flies, but it definitely can
Right.
have some wings sometimes. So, again, just reminding anybody that's listening, mom of three, go.
Absolutely. So a mom of three, my oldest is 23 she's 23
Wow.
now. Yep, she'll be 24 in December. Then I have Sierra. She is 21 in September. And then we have Prince Pax,
Yeah.
who is 6 and rushingly wanting to get to 7 in
Yes.
June, like literally counting down the days. And I'm so grateful for them. They teach me so much. I learn so much from them, and I'm always trying to also keep up with them. And also the biggest thing that has been placed on my heart in regards to my older and I have to stop. That's another thing I'm trying to work on, calling them
Mm.
girls. They're not
Mm.
girls
My
anymore. They're
ladies.
young ladies. Yes, I'm working on it. I'm
You
see, you
got it,
see,
mom.
I'm
You
working
growth. You
process.
got it. Yes.
Right. But one of my biggest things that I've been trying to work on with my young ladies is the transitioning that you have to do that is very intricate, and it's very important in fostering a healthy passover from child to parent, or
Mhm.
from now it's not child to parent, but now it's young adult to parent. So the
Mhm.
parenting style has to change because they're adults essentially. Now, are they as equipped as, us? Absolutely
Maybe
not.
not.
Right. Do they still need us? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But you still have to give them that respect for what is and who they
Mhm.
are and what they're developing into. So I will say that's where I have spent a lot of my time these past months. And just really making sure that I'm being respectful and also being conscious of the boundaries that they're setting in their lives for others, and how
Mhm.
they would want me to support them best, moving
Mhm.
forward. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say who named me, but someone has named me Mother Smother. That's all I'm gonna say. And it rings heavy in my ear a lot. So yeah.
That is so funny that you say that because you hadn't told me about that one. So I don't think I
Oh
knew
yeah.
that one yet, but okay, we'll get more on that after the call. But you know what's coming to mind when you're speaking on this, and I'm thinking back to the first initial thought that popped in my head about you being very much seated in yourself. How are you passing that along to them, but finding a balance between kind of empowering them to be so
Absolutely.
true to them, but then still remaining
Hmm.
respectful? One of the things that I love about your young ladies is
Hmm.
mannerisms and respect are
Yes.
intact even as
Hmm.
they go on to define and clarify their own personality. So how has that
Right.
been teaching them that balance of, again, showing up how you would, in a way of saying, this is who I
Mhm.
am, I know myself,
Mhm.
and this is what it is for me, and being
Yeah.
respectful of when you might have a little bit different of opinion on something than they do.
It's so funny because you know how they say, like actions really are like better than words. I'm saying that because I didn't realize this either until they told me, but they watch me and how I deal with my mom, their nana. So they see how, because me and her, we don't get along all the time. We don't have the same opinions. What I mean, not more so to get along, but sometimes our opinions differ from each other. And sometimes, we have that debate very candidly right there in front of them. And then we still
Nice.
move on. And we're still in all of the things, right? And we're heavily twined in all of the things all the time, whether it's, school, work, kids, extracurricular activities, we're just weaved into each other's lives. So I'm saying that to say that action of them seeing me do that with my mom, I really feel like helps them and me with our relationship, with our working relationships, because they're able to see how, you do the up and down thing. You have strong emotions about something. Y'all may not agree upon it, but y'all going to leave it there. And it's still going to be a respect factor at the end of the day, because above all of that is the love and the admiration that we all care and have for each other. So I think that's more so kind of where it sits. And that's
Mm-hmm.
more so my biggest takeaway with them with things, because, this new generation too, that's a whole nother episode that you go
Mm-hmm.
may have to get into,
Part two,
all the
honey.
mannerisms that this generation have and how they are. I've seen it on TikTok, not necessarily feeling the need to, kind of do family history in the way that we would
Mm.
have, how they have their boundaries set up, and they're doing no contact and just all these different elements and different
Yes.
things. I'm saying that to say, even with all of that going on in their world, and that's the language that their peers are speaking, I do love the fact that they're still holding true to the things that we've established in our family, which is
Mm.
above all, we can get through everything, but we're gonna definitely have to have that, love and mutual respect for each other.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with your answer. I think that that's good because it's also showing a leading by example where you don't necessarily
Yes,
have to say, this is what
that's
I
what I,
need you to be. It's you're
yes,
showing them
absolutely.
how to
Hmm.
navigate it, which is really, really important too. So go, mom. And
Absolutely.
I know somebody heard that
Absolutely.
today and is reminded, like, wow, they are looking at us.
Yeah, they
Sometimes we're
are.
like, I always looking at you. It's like,
Always.
no, they're always
Hmm.
looking at us. And that's how they're
Yes,
primarily
absolutely.
learning. And
Hmm.
speaking of learning, and something you kind of went by really quickly was you said school and work. And I know you were probably referring to school for the children, but you as well are looking forward
Yeah,
to going to school, which is amazing.
absolutely.
Kudos to you for that. And
Thank
I'm
you.
curious for the other moms that have considered it or thinking about it, and they're just kind of like, oh, I'm not sure that I can, handle all of that. How do you approach it so fiercely and with so much grace as well? I don't feel like you're putting a ton of pressure on yourself per se, with it, which has
Yes.
been really amazing to watch. You taking it one step at a time, but even just sending the application and just going through that process of where we could easily get defeated just for
Hmm.
putting in the
Yeah.
effort of getting started. How's that walk for you? And, is there anything you can share with other moms again who are considering going to school?
Absolutely. I just feel like it all ties into what you really want for yourself as well. I think we touched on this a little bit last time we spoke on Mom Talk, how
Good.
important it was to take care of yourself,
Hmm.
and if you have your goals, that it's important not to lose sight of that. You know what I mean? And being a
Yes.
mother and being a partner, and being all these different things to all these different people, your job, whatever extracurricular activities you may take on, coaching or mentoring, it's still very important to never forget what your heart really truly desires.
Mm.
that I had to first I had to stop trying to make it seem like it wasn't that important to me because I hadn't done it. And I think that's what
Mm,
a lot of people do. And I know for moms, we do that a lot because so many times we're sacrificing, right? We're putting things on the back burner to take care of the kids, or, not right now. Like in my case, I got to get the kids together. If I take time out for school, then that means I'm dropping them in some way. So I
mm,
really want women to remember themselves. And if it's important to you, that's okay. And for me, having my education, that's important to me. You know what I mean? And
mm.
that's okay for it to be important to me. So that was my first thing, like realizing and affirming, like, Chaz, you do care about that. So
Mm.
you don't have to act like you don't because you didn't accomplish it yet. You really do.
Yes, that's a
Yeah.
beautiful thought. I like that we brought it full circle as well, something that we've
Yeah.
talked about in our past interview, and you kind of bringing it full circle now with the self-love. I like that you're making accomplishing our goals also be an act of self-love. It doesn't have to just
Absolutely.
be the bathtub or the candles or the typical
Yeah.
things we hear. Sometimes it
Yeah.
could just be having a moment where we say, you know what, this is important to me. And just because I haven't
Absolutely.
explored it yet doesn't make it any, less important than what it already is. So, what
Absolutely.
type of experience do you hope to have as a mom? How involved do you think you'll bring your kids into the process? Because as I know you as a mom, you're involved in all the school processes.
Yeah.
I see you at
Yes.
the events. I see you, making sure all the outfits for your son are there when he has this at
Yeah.
school and you showing up. Do you feel like you want that reciprocated, or is this kind of like a thing for yourself? Where it's like, yeah, I don't really tell them too much about it because this is what I'm
Yeah.
doing for me, or is it like I really want you guys
Yeah.
to see mommy, in action doing this, and this is what I want to share with you about it?
Yeah. So you know me, I'm not absolute. So it's always a balance for me. I
Okay.
absolutely want to bring them in, as needed. So definitely want them to experience like, a HBC homecoming with me. You know what I mean? With me
Woo-hoo,
actually
yes.
being, with us putting on the
I
school,
love that.
paraphernalia with the band and,
Yeah.
us going dancing because, I got dancing girls or whatever. And I'm
Yes.
retired drill team myself many, many moons
You
ago.
still
So
in there. I've seen the
I
videos.
definitely
You in there.
so definitely want to pull them in, like as those different types of moments, and have them live those moments for me. And
Mm,
then, on a more intimate, like personal portfolio type of way, that's when I'll just go ahead and, take that one for the team and just hold that
mm.
down, in stride and just always have them in mind because of course we know our children be our biggest inspiration.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. I think that they will be a source of inspiration. And I loved
absolutely.
when you mentioned, bringing them in on the special days, because even now, right? So you
Yeah.
just had a birthday. Happy birthday. It's always a
Thank you.
blessing
Woo,
to
woo.
have another year, another
Absolutely.
yeah, another
Another trip
amazing
around the
year.
sun.
I thought
Yeah.
about that too. I was like, wait, sun, moon, yes, sun. There we go.
Yeah.
And I love that you all
Yeah.
celebrated together. Your long time friends that you've had for forever. And your
Yes.
children. Your daughters are now old
Yes.
enough to kind of
Yeah.
go with mom and celebrate with her. How was that experience?
Oh my God, it was amazing. It was
Yeah.
amazing. It was a good dose of like, when they say go outside, touch some grass, hug a
Yes.
tree.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
That was like such good dopamine for me. Like I
Yeah.
was like, yes, because again, it's happening real time on my actual birthday,
Yes.
because sometimes too in life, you have to do, like the day
Yeah. Work
before,
around.
day after, two
Mm-hmm.
days after. But to have all of them there in real time was just imaginable. Like it gave me
Yes.
so much,
I love
like
that.
I was just missing you.
I know, I know.
You
Oh,
was the
don't
only piece of
tell
cake I
nobody.
was
I
missing. I
know,
know,
and
I
I love it, and I love that I was missed because I said this is so perfect. I love that they're at an age now
Me
where they
too.
can be a part of it. And so
Absolutely. And
yes, I
everybody
definitely have
loved
some making up
them.
to do. Yes, and everybody loves it, and I
Yes.
do too. How is it different now? With even as they're getting older, because they still want you involved even on their birthdays now, right? You know how sometimes you
Yes.
have the girls get older and they're like, oh, I want to do my own thing.
Yes.
They want
Mm.
you involved in their birthdays and how they celebrate as well. I love that.
Oh, I love that so much. Again, I am a mother smother, so like I want to be there as much as they want me there. I'm literally gonna be the old woman with my girls, like
Yes,
everywhere.
yes.
Like that's why I have to keep myself up because they truly keep me up to date and young, even with just
Mm,
like all the skincare products and
yes, that's
makeup and
true.
how they're doing things. They really keep me like
Mm,
lifted and like I'm already feminine. So to
yes,
have feminine girls was just like amazingly like
yes,
it's so funny because PJ, which is my husband, he's
yes.
always like, y'all are forever having girl time. He was like, y'all literally always camped out with y'all
That is
moo
so
on.
true.
Cause girl, we love us a good moo. He was like, y'all
Yes.
always have y'all little moo on and y'all are always camped out, like having a ponderosa, like talking. He
That
was
is
like,
so
and it's
funny to
so
me. It's
funny.
so
Yeah.
accurate.
It's
It's
so
so
accurate. It's so
accurate.
true.
There's
Like when
always
they move out, I don't
uh,
know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just probably always be at their
don't
house,
even
girl.
worry about right. Don't even worry about it because something tells me I don't know how it's gonna open up, but the bond and the foundation that's been created, it just it can't go anywhere. So
Yeah.
however the world needs to morph itself around you
Hmm.
all to keep that same dynamic, I definitely can see that being a thing that keeps going because whether y'all are running down what just happened or prepping for what's about to
Hmm.
happen or taking a
Yep.
moment to the side while it's
Hmm.
happening, it's
Yep.
definitely he's right. It's an ongoing thing,
It's
which is why
ongoing.
I'm so excited about you having this little boy experience as well with your son. I
Yes. Oh
love
my
it because
God.
it's such a huge
Oh my God.
contrast, but to see
Oh
you
my
do that
God.
so well too, it's like how they say we're multifaceted, but we just
Yes.
never fully see it until something challenges that
Hmm.
thought or where we have to show that part. But you're just equally as good with him because he is a boy's boy. You hear
Oh my
me?
God.
Like,
He's is most definitely like everybody is in love with Pax.
yes,
Like
we're
in
all in
this
love.
house, all of us are like in love with Pax. And he's so handsome. He's so charming. He
Yes,
literally goes
he
to
is.
everyone's room
Right.
and check on them individually and like sit with them and let them kiss them and let them hug him with his little iPad and he's off.
Oh,
He's like off in the sunset. So I just love the experience again. Like I am extremely grateful every day for the experience to be able to
experience.
be, yes, a boy mom as well, because that love,
Yes.
oh my God, is
Oh
so
my
sacred and
gosh, it
sweet.
just warms
It
my
just
heart just
warms you.
thinking about it. It's giving like
Okay.
all the girl vibes for me right now
Oh, the
because
girl
it
vibes,
is a
yes.
very sentimental thing,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that they allow you to be so integrated with them at that
Yes.
age, it's
Mm-hmm.
different from girls. Girls a lot of
Right.
times want to make sure I'm independent, I know what I'm doing, I
Yes,
got this.
absolutely.
The
Yep.
boys,
That
they
was the
fully
girls.
allow you to
Mm-hmm.
help them navigate with a lot of things, and so you get to see things not from a perspective of, oh no, don't do that, but more so like, oh wow, that is cool, is that how you see that?
Exactly.
With boys,
Yep.
I love that. and
I love it so much.
and I also love that I made sure that we had brought him up and had that moment because we are at the 20-minute mark. I'm telling you, time flies, but I
It
try to keep these
flies.
conversations around then. We're all busy
Yes,
moms, so that's how we really get sometimes is the 20 minutes.
absolutely.
But I'm so glad we were able to have this time
Love to
together.
catch up.
And
Absolutely.
before we get off, I just want to know, is there any word of support? I just have this. thought that there is someone out there, some mom out there, or I don't know how to explain it. There's somebody that wants a message from you. I don't know how to put it,
Mm,
but is there anything on your heart without me putting you on the spot? Like, is there anything on your heart? Because I'm just getting that right
abs-
now, that there's a message that you can share right now while we wrap, and it be like a lasting impression somebody's meant to hear.
Absolutely.
What do you
So,
think?
a lot of people don't know, but I'm gonna let them know right now. We love our word of the days, right? We
Okay.
love, love, love a good word of the day. So I'm gonna leave
Yes.
off with
Oh,
this.
this is perfect.
Word of the day is difference maker.
Mm.
Difference maker is a noun. The
Mm.
interpretation for it is a dedicated person who can make a big impact, even with just a small action or a few
Mm.
words. Someone who improves the lives of others, one who rallies and encourages others to propel themselves forward and bring about change.
Mm.
That's what we do every
That's
day,
what we
guys,
do
ladies and
as
gents,
moms.
as moms.
That
Yep,
was beautiful. I'm so glad you are not the type that could be put on the spot. Everybody would not have come up with that. And so I just appreciate you allowing yourself to be worked through in that moment, because that's for all of us. So I'm so glad you were able to
absolutely.
join me again on the
Me
podcast,
too.
Peaceful
I'm glad you
Warrior.
had me.
Yes. And until next time, God bless all of us moms. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Whew, we made it through another episode in the series, and I just want to say thank you for listening to this Mom Space interview with Chassie Jacobs, mother of three. And so, if you were inspired by anything that Chassie shared with you today, I hope you will pass along the inspiration to another mom or any individual that can gain something from this today. If you really, really, really like the episode, please be sure to let someone know, or even just me. Until next time.